and welcome to this Landis Attendant Console for Microsoft Teams update video. This covers the May 2025 release. I'm going to highlight some of the features that are being updated, but there's going to be a complete list linked below with our release notes that'll have all the details in it. The first thing I want to point out is a change in the calendar glimpse. So I can click on any of these contact cards and get more information about that person, including a calendar glimpse, so I can see their schedule, when they'll be available. In the past, this has been a 3-day calendar glimpse, and we heard from some of our end users that showing a full work week would be more helpful, and so it is now a 5-day calendar glimpse. As before, no changes in the fact that this is dependent on your internal calendar sharing policies. And so what will show in this calendar tab, on this calendar tab, is whatever the person logging into it, whatever rights they have to see, whatever calendars they have the right to see. Next, I want to show you a UI change where we have a footer information display down here. And so we can show some interesting things on this display. If I right click anywhere on the footer, it'll show me the different options of what can be displayed there, and I can toggle them on and off from here. It also allows me to drag and drop them to change the order in which they show up on this bottom, on this footer display. A nice UI update. Next, I want to talk about delegated scenarios. So in Microsoft Teams, you are able to be set as a delegate for someone else. Where we'll often see this is in the case of like an administrative assistant that might be, or like an executive assistant that calls on behalf of their executive. And so by being a delegate, it allows you to call on behalf of someone else. And the change here is that right within Attendant Console, you can now toggle between the people that you are able to call on behalf of. The where you'll find that is here. If you click on your profile picture, it will be just a drop-down menu here. I am not set up currently as a delegate, but it's just a simple drop-down here. There is a permissions, an additional permission that needs granted in the settings under permissions to activate this feature. Now I want to talk about settings policies. So one of the ways that you can deploy Attendant Console is through the use of settings policies. And if you're logged in as admin and you click on this 3 dots menu, you'll have settings policies in there. And this allows me to come in and configure a settings policy. So I can come down through the list of all of our settings and select how I want this to appear for the end user and whether I want to admin enforce that or not. And so it allows me, if I have different users, different groups of users with different needs, wanting to deploy it differently to different people, I can set up multiple settings policies and then assign users to the appropriate policy. So the change here is around the groups, or around the lists that show up in here. One of them is contact groups, another one is quick access shortcuts, and it is allowing me to admin enforce these either from here at the top level, which is going to lock that whole group or that whole list. And so if I would admin enforce this at the top level here, the end user would not be able to create any new groups. On the other hand, so now we have added the option to admin enforce these at the item level. And so we can, it allows us, when we're creating this group, or we'll come in and edit it and admin enforce that and save that. And then when I go back in here, it is going to have that admin enforced. What this means is I can admin enforce these at this item level, and then the end user will still be able to add their own groups if they care to. Seems like a small change. It's going to make a big difference for some of our larger organizations that are deploying using settings policies. For a complete list of all the changes, check the link below that will have our release notes. If you have any questions about any of this, how it might fit in your organization or how you would deploy it, please feel free to reach out to us at landistechnologies.com.